I'm so excited that MAEN Watches is back on the channel because this is something really cool that I know that they have worked on for way more than a year. I saw an early prototype and I know that they have iterated back and forth a lot to produce this awesome watch. And this watch is cool because of two different reasons. First of all, it's because of what type of watch it is, and you will know that in just a second. And second of all, because it's created with two different parts, MAEN and the world's largest watch YouTuber, Nico Leonard. And what we have here is a JumpHour watch. One of the features and type of watches that are the most popular watches nowadays. And I can totally understand why, because this is just so cool when you can see the hour on the top and the minute on the bottom. And I will show you how you change this in just a couple of seconds, because I just couldn't get enough about changing hour on this cool watch. This watch is not limited in the amount of pieces, this is limited in time you can order it. Which means from the 7th of April until the 13th of April you can order this watch. But make sure to sign up to their email list, because there will be possibilities to get early access to this. We will also make it possible for you to get early batches produced of this watch. So make sure you're not snoozing when you see that this watch is available, because after the 13th there's no possible chance to buy it from MAEN again. And as I said before, this video is for you guys who are interested in this watch, so you can get to know what you can expect when you get in your mailbox. So for that, I actually got the opportunity to not only show you one of these, I actually have another one, and you can see what's special about this here. And yeah, you can already understand, it is the color, because this watch is gonna be produced in 3 different colors. I'm gonna show you the red and black one, and then there will also be a green one, but I don't have had my hands on that one, but I think that's gonna be cool as well. So now you know all the practicalities, so we can get on to actually look at the watch, so you will know what you get if you order this watch. I'm gonna show you these watches first side by side. I kind of liked having these two, the red and black one. It gives me the feeling of roulette. Should I go for black or should I go for red? I can't really decide, or I will tell you then which one I prefer actually on my wrist. So let's start with the key specification. We have a movement that is in-house modified, and it's an automatic JumpHour that is called ST1721. The size and the measures of this is important, so sharpen your ears. 34 millimeters in width, excluding your crown. And then we have a thickness of 9.7 millimeters and lug to lug measures of 45. And the lug width, it's 20. So this one you can fit on a lot of different straps, but you probably want to keep it on the original because that one fits really nice. And let's get closer at the watch. Let's start with the black one, because I think this is gonna be the one that speaks to most of you. Seeing the case, I think it's a really spectacular one. And seeing these JumpHour features, it's awesome. It's actually the first time I'm reviewing a JumpHour, and actually I think it's one of the first times I have a JumpHour watch in my hand. And I mean, what's most fun about it is the jumping hour, so we're gonna get to that quite quickly. Pulling the crown out, it's quite easy because there is actually a little gap there where it's easier to get your finger in there. And you already saw there, the first hour jumped. And I'm gonna go on and on and on about this because this is really fun and you can really see how quick this hour jumps. So when you twist it, you will see the minute hand, where actually it's the Pride and Pinion logo pointing at what minute it is. And above the MAEN logo, you will see the hour. So you can see here how nice and fast it jumps. So from 10 to 11, just in the blink of an eye. And I really tried to see how it changes and how it moves, but it's almost impossible because it goes so fast. And that's kind of cool. And that's why I just couldn't get enough about changing the hour on and on and on again. But the most important, this is how it sits on my 16.5 centimeter wrist. To this shirt that I had today, I think the black one just fits really, really nicely. I think also the black dial gives a really nice contrast to the minute and the hour hand, which makes it really easy to read what time it actually is. I think actually when you think about a JumpHour, it's easier to understand what the time is on a JumpHour watch than it is on a traditional one. But it's definitely another mindset. You need to think about how you read the time on this watch. As I said before in the video, the strap width is 20mm, or actually the lug width is 20mm, which means also that this specially made rubber strap is also 20mm. And we have this quick release system, which I think is given on many watches today, which also gives us the opportunity to try a lot of different straps. And I always recommend all my friends to try different straps on different watches, because you never know. One day you might find a strap that really enhances the feeling of your watch, but it can also give you different characteristics. The rubber strap is really smooth, and you see here you have to cut it to make it fit your hand perfectly. And as you know, who have watched my videos, this is the favorite part of my videos, because here you can really see how the case looks like, and here you can determine if you love the case or not. I think this case is awesome because it's different. I never seen anything like it, and it is really strong and well built. I love the screws on the back here, which really feels and gives a nice touch to the build quality of this watch. Putting the strap back on, yeah, that goes really fast. Slightly slower than that, but I don't have to show you that because you know how to do it. So that was the black watch, but we got to look at another one. And this is for the guys who want to have something that pops out a little bit. And then you have a red one. And what I want to show you here, and what you should take a close look at, is this sunburst part. Because the sunburst dial isn't actually getting the centerpiece in the middle, it actually has the centerpiece in the minute. And you can see it here when I twist it around, that the sunburst is slightly larger and more volume on the top, and slightly smaller on the lower part under the minute. This is a nice feature that I didn't expect to see, but when I started recording, I just saw it and I had to show you guys. Looking at this red dial now, after having the black one, I just cannot stop thinking about roulette. And I feel like the decision is as hard as it is on roulette. Should I go for black or should I go for red? You never really know which one is gonna be the winner. But I hope through this video you will be able to find a winner, and I will disclose mine in the end of this video. So let's pull out the crown on the red watch as well. Yeah, I know you've seen this, and I know you know that this is the same version and how it works in the same way as the black one, but I just can't get enough about this. What I didn't know is that you can actually both go backwards and forward on this JumpHour, and it will work as good in both ways, which is nice. And I just can't get enough of doing this because it really jumps so quickly that I can't barely catch it with my eyes when it's changing the hour. Having these watches side by side even makes it harder, but I think they do complement each other, and they are a good, cool, what I like to call a roulette duo. So, Nico Leonard, we need to talk about him as well, because he's a big part about this watch, and he is part of the company that is behind the logo that is under the minute hand here. That company is called Pride and Pinion, which are trading in watches, but he does so much different things in the watch world, and one of the things he is a big YouTuber, and actually the biggest YouTuber in the world when it comes to watches. So if you haven't watched his videos after this video, you should definitely check out his videos because they are crazy. He's fun. He does a lot of these when he reacts to other people's watches and collaborations, and he does a lot of fun stuff. He's an exciting guy. I saw him in Watches and Wonders last year, and I know, people are gathering around him. So definitely a fun guy to follow. And if you're into watches, you definitely need to know who it is because he is vocal, he's all over the world, and he is kind of cool. And no matter if you like his content or not, you have to respect him because he is a guy who has tons of knowledge in the watches, and you can really see that when he reacts to videos, when he is part of these trading videos, when he's trading watches, he knows what he's talking about. I also wanted to share with you a bit of a closer look so you can get an even tighter feel how this watch actually is in reality. Because when we get close, you really see the two different logos. And when you look at it like this, you really get the old vibe of these double stamped watches. I saw a Cartier stamped with Audemars Piguet last year, but also, I mean, this Tiffany and Patek is the most famous double signed watches. You get the same vibe because these are discrete logos and they are not so much in the face, but when you know it and when you look at it, it's very much there. So you get this feeling of a double stamped watch, which is kind of cool, but also classy, making a collaboration not as loud and crazy as some collaborators might be. This one is very discreet, very nicely executed, and I think it gives a nice flirt back to the double signed Pateks. And this is how the red one looks on my wrist. I also think it matches my black shirt this time, so I think both of them matches my wrist quite nicely. But we're getting to the end of this video, so I have to disclose to you which one of this I prefer. So, both the watches have their characteristics. I mean, they're obviously the same watch, but with different colors. I think the black one is nice with its stealthy vibe, but also the red one gives a little bit more of a pop and attention. But my preference, I would go for the black one if I would going to buy this watch. I think it matches more with this JumpHour theme, but if you want some color and more attention, go for the red one. This is how they look out in the daylight, and this is gonna be the end footage of this video. Let us know what you think. Do you prefer the red or the black? That's my big question to you, because the watch, I know it's awesome and I know you're gonna love it as well. Thank you guys for watching, and let us know in the comments what you think about these watches.